All right. Well, good evening, Mrs. Cunningham. Obviously, as a reform candidate, your race to the mayorship is something of a long shot. But I can think in the other great city of the Anglosphere, there was also another mayoral candidate who was considered a long shot and who ended up getting it. And sometimes when I hear you speak, obviously you're two very different people, you and Zohra Mamdani. But when you talk about affordability in London, I hear certain assonances. So I was wondering, do you think you have anything to learn potentially from Mayor Mamdani's campaign or even his mayoralty? Thank you.
So I understand why he won, and it's a bit of why we're here, because people in New York work so hard and they don't get anywhere. When you work so hard and the government takes 50% of your money and you see the rich getting richer and avoiding tax and you can't get a home and you can't get ahead, you're like, you know what? I'm done. I'm just going to sit back and let the government do it for me because I've tried my best. And that's when the government steals opportunity for you. And that's why he won. He won because he appealed to the desperation of people who feel that the government doesn't serve them anymore, who feel that it's a struggle to work. And when you don't reward work, you do end up with socialism, right? Because you're like, hang on, this doesn't work anymore. But I don't agree with Mamdani that the answer is a bigger state. Because as I said, I don't think the state should pick the winners or losers. I don't think the state runs anything particularly well, do you? And it's only through competitive forces that you get the best service, because people innovate to beat the next person. And that's the only way you get lower prices. And it's the only way that you get a better service. So I think competition and capitalism is a source of good. But the problem right now is that we don't really have capitalism. It's only in name only, because actually we have, what the governments are doing is that they're redistributing wealth. They're taking it from those that work and giving it to those that don't. And we have two Britons right now, those that work and those that don't. And one pays for the other. And so what I would say about Mamdani's campaign is that he is a very charismatic speaker. I've seen him speak. And I hope what he did do was he spoke well and people could relate to him. But the issues facing London are not really the same issues facing New York. And what I don't like about Mamdani and what I don't like about the left is they're very focused on identity politics. If you tell Sadiq Khan that crime is rife, he says you're Islamophobic. And they're very good at dividing us into different demographics. It's divide and conquer. You're Muslim, you're Christian, you grew up in a council estate, you're white, you're gay. And he pits us against each other.